Good morning, good morning. Lexi Stead here, coming to you from outside in my butterfly garden. This morning, as I was driving the kids to school, we have about a 40-minute drive, I just felt this overwhelming sense of gratitude and appreciation for everything I've experienced these past few weeks here. I've had a major shift, especially since I came back from vacation 2 weeks ago, within myself. How to even explain it, just energetically even, just I'm a different person already. And I'll share with you a little bit what happened because it has to do with something I wanted to talk about, which is lining yourself up with how you want to feel and how you want to be before taking action in your life. So a couple weeks ago, well actually the past few months, I've noticed that I've had some weird symptoms, some headaches, migraines, rashes, like histamine rashes, flushing, sneezing attacks after I'd eat certain foods. And these things were annoying, but I just kind of let them go, like, oh well, I don't really know what's going on, but it is what it is and it's okay. And then the day before we left for vacation, I broke out in a horrible rash with little hives all over my neck. And after I had dinner that night, or actually lunch, maybe it was lunch that day, suddenly I broke out with hives all down my arms. And I realized that it was histamine. Obviously, this was obviously an allergic reaction. And I don't have food allergies, but something was going on. And what happened was instead of looking within first and lining up with what I wanted first, I kind of went into fix-it mode. And I mean, it's understandable. I had a rash that was itching and burning. It was very uncomfortable. And so what we did is I got home that night and I jumped in the car and I went to like 3 different stores looking for a supplement or something that would help me reduce the amount of histamine in my body. I'm a nutritionist, for those of you guys that don't know, so I know a lot about supplements and herbs and food and how to help support the body with healing physically. And so I went to all these stores and I came back home 10 p.m. that night and I didn't find anything, not a thing to help me. I was in major fix-it mode, gotta stop this, this is not okay, and with that energy I went out and I didn't find a thing. So when I got home, everyone was asleep. It was dark, 10 p.m. I sat on the couch, just feeling very frustrated and uncomfortable. And then a light bulb went off and I just had that aha moment, like, oh, what am I doing? Oh, what kind of energy am I putting out there? It's like, this isn't a problem. And I don't want to, kind of just shoot in the dark trying to find out like what to do to get it to stop. I was like, obviously that didn't work. I didn't find a thing I was looking for when I was just taking action without really, listening to my intuition first. So I sat there and I kind of went into my heart a bit and just kind of asked myself, all right, what's going on? Because I truly believe every physical manifestation, illness, anything we don't like in our lives is directly a result of how we feel and things in our lives that we're listening to or not listening to, things that we're doing that maybe aren't in alignment with who we truly are. And our intuition is always there guiding us, kind of putting us in the direction of like, hey, this isn't where you want to be. And my body was showing me, obviously the rash was really loud. It was, I was really listening now, like something's up. So when I went into my heart, I just kind of imagined my focus going into my heart and asking, hey, what's going on? Because it didn't feel good to try to, become stricter with my diet or to identify with having like histamine intolerance as an illness now or anything. That didn't feel good. That didn't feel right for me. So when I asked what was going on, what I came into my awareness was that over the past few months, the kids have been home from school. We live in the desert. It's like 110 degrees during the day, so nobody wants to go out and do anything. Yet I have had extremely strong desires this summer for adventure, especially outdoor adventure, and more creative outlets. And what was happening was every time those would come up, and the kids didn't want to go out and do anything, or the kids needed me to take care of them and take them other places. I mean, not really needed me, but I felt like I needed to do these things for them. What happened was I would squash my desire every time. And I started to get bored. I started to feel kind of stale in my life, not very joyful, not very vibrant, not like I was, you know, excited and like full of life, but more like just kind of like, getting through the day. And so I realized that all these histamine reactions were just a result of like, hey, you're not listening, you're not following your desires. And so I started doing that the past couple weeks. I started going out on little more adventures. We went to a peach farm last weekend and went to pick peaches, something I just really always wanted to do and never let myself. And as I was doing that, I was starting to feel better and better. But back to being in the dark there at like 10 p.m. So after I recognized or became aware of what was actually going on here and that I could change that, then what I did is from that moment on, I asked myself, how do I want to be? Where do I want to go from here? I don't want to identify with having histamine intolerance. I don't want to just kind of sweep what's going on under the rug and just try to get on with life and not have any clear focus or direction of how I want to get on with life, how I want to feel. So what I did is I do a visualization and I really imagine how I want to feel in my life. From this moment forward, how do I want to feel? And I will picture myself just feeling vibrant and having energy and feeling good in my body and in my environment and following more of my desires and nourishing myself in that way. And when I do that and put the energy out, I become a lot calmer, more peaceful, accepting of what is. And you kind of bring yourself out of that resistance and out of that fix-it mode. So then you can listen to your inspired action. So rather than taking action first to make yourself feel better later, take a moment, go within and decide to line up first how you want to feel. You can decide to feel better first, and that's what I did. I decided I'm going to feel better first. And then from that place of acceptance, that place of gratitude, now, if anything, ideas come to me, say researching what to do for histamine, maybe getting a supplement or something. Now, if any of those ideas come to me, it's more inspired action. It's not fear-based. It's not like, I have to get rid of this. I have to solve this. It's just more like, okay, this feels like a good next step. This feels like relief. And that happened. That did happen. The next morning, I got up and sat out with my butterflies out here outside for a little bit. And then it just came to me like, oh, you know what? Just go online and just type in histamine intolerance and see what comes up. And what came up very first on the site was a supplement. It was an enzyme that you can take to lower histamine within your body that you can take when you eat. And I don't feel like I need to be on it forever, you know, and I don't take it with every meal, but I did get it and I did notice a huge change this week. In other things in my digestive tract as well, because my digestive tract, even though my disease, the ulcerative colitis I had, is healed, my digestive tract still never quite worked normally. And I noticed some great relief in that suddenly as well too. So maybe histamine was an issue for me all along. Maybe I am just, you know, as I move along throughout my life and becoming more aligned and listening even deeper and learning more about myself as well. So that's my main message I just wanted to bring to everybody today is before you go out and take physical action to make something happen, take a moment and decide how you want to feel first. Say you're going into a meeting at work and you don't know how it's going to go and it feels kind of stressful because it could go really bad or it could go really good. Before you go into that meeting, take a moment. Take a moment, imagine yourself walking out of that meeting and how you want to feel. And then the details will take care of itself. The inspired action throughout your meeting will come. You'll just know what to say and you'll just know how to respond. You know, if you're going to be taking the kids somewhere and you're already feeling stressed out, like it's going to be a chore or they're going to be out of control or you're going to, you know, have to do X, Y, and Z, take a moment. Imagine how you want to feel when you're with your kids. Imagine how you want the day to feel and let the details take care of themselves. So it's lining your vibration up with what you actually want instead of putting yourself out there, taking action, and then just getting whatever comes your way. And a lot of times what comes your way, because the action is technically stressful and fear-based, or it's got a lot of mixed emotion behind it, usually it's not going to go the way you want. Your day will get more frustrated. I know I've had that happen lots of times, and obviously I still had it happen a couple weeks ago. I just kind of went into that mode without lining up first with what I want. So that's what I wanted to share with you today. Yeah, the other thing, my website, I know I had told everyone it was going to be released August 1st, and I have just had so many different things happen that stopped me from being able to put it forward. So I had to fall back on that too, and just realize, you know what, when the timing is perfect, it'll be ready, and it'll be easy and effortless, and it'll go up, and there's no need to push, and there's no need to rush. What's the saying? You plan and God laughs. That seems to happen quite a lot in my life, and I'm constantly remembering to fall back, listen to my own intuition, come back to my own wisdom and inner guidance, and that I have the answers already that I need. And you do too. Everyone has the answers within their heart to thrive and to feel better within every area of their lives. So I hope you guys have a great day. It's already heating up out here. I think it's already 100, like 10 o'clock this morning. So I'm gonna go head back inside. Talk to you guys later. Bye.